Okay, so I'm back again with another list of films that I think you should see. Uh, these are not necessarily films that are easy to find this time, but all of them are comedies, and all of them are absolutely hilarious. So if you get the chance, run out and find a copy of these. If you can't, see if they're not already uploaded to YouTube. Some of them may, it's not necessarily legal, but since it's not for profit, I don't think that anyone can really complain, especially if you then run out and buy the DVD. So there you have it. First up is a Woody Allen comedy. It also stars Diane Keaton. It is called Sleeper. It is about a man who's frozen. Uh, while they perform an operation, there are complications, and he is frozen and put into the future. For fans of Futurama or Buck Rogers, any of those who really like to see the future kind of spooked and played at, Woody Allen is excellent in this. He does some wonderful physical comedy. There's also some wonderful jokes that are told in this one, and it's just kind of a wonderful human kind of story. Up next is a little bit of a flop from the 1980s about uh, the Mackenzie brothers on their quest, ever, never-ending quest to get free beer and donuts, and it is called Strange Brew. This stars Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, who you may know more from his role on Grace Under Fire. Uh, Now, this is a really great movie. It features some behind-the-scenes stuff, some extras, um, and is loosely based around Hamlet, but it pretty much stops at like the nomenclature. That's only really where you see the symbology. But it's a wonderful comedy, really funny. Run out and get it if you can. The next ones are kind of more smart comedies that you may only really get if you know your stuff. Uh, the first one is Doctor Strangelove. Doctor Strangelove is a wonderful comedy about the Cold War hysteria and features Peter Sellers and George C. Scott in some wonderful roles. It was Stanley Kubrick's second film for fans of Stanley Kubrick, um, and is just wonderful in how it uh, sort of turns the Cold War and the Department of Defense and intelligence right on its ear. Next is The Odd Couple. It was the original movie that they then based the television series on. If you have seen the television series and you've never really known what it was based on, this basically is a movie version of the play that was originally written by Neil Simon. If you don't know who Neil Simon is, you really need to run out and find out. Wikipedia him, do something, but you have to find out who Neil Simon is if you really appreciate good comedy. Most of the comedy is situational, uh, and will just have you rolling around laughing. It is so funny, so ridiculous, and it's wonderful. Next is a bit of an odd movie from the 1990s called Down Periscope. It was a remake of a previous movie about a submarine commander who has to go up against the modern Navy. In this one, Kelsey Grammer stars, um, along with a whole cast of various comedians playing his crew. Rob Schneider, who you may remember later played Deuce Bigelow, the Animal, the Hot Chick, whatever, the Stapler. Um, is his first officer. There are no real behind-the-scenes documentaries, but it is quite an excellent movie. It also stars Rip Torn for you fans of Dodgeball, and it's not too much. It's a good comedy. Has some really funny moments. Some of the humor's crude. Some of the humor's kind of uh, more on the smart level and situational, but it's still pretty good. Next is Weird Al Yankovic's only movie, UHF. Features some of his original songs, sketches, and ideas, and was basically produced as the Weird Al movie. It features Fran Drescher and Michael Richards in one of their few film roles, and is truly an excellent film filled with spoofs of popular movies as well as spoofs of television, everything. It features an excellent cast of characters, and it's just generally a wonderful kind of movie if you really enjoy kind of weird, offbeat humor, especially if you enjoy the music of Weird Al Yankovic, because it's pretty much framing a lot of his music. Next is an offbeat comedy from Mel Brooks called Dracula Dead and Loving It. Now, this one did not hit me where I lived at first, but it is enjoyable nevertheless. It features Mel Brooks, um, I think at least two people from the cast of Wings, which is a bit of an odd mix, but at the same time, Leslie Nielsen as Dracula, which itself is an odd pick. Um, the actor who plays Renfield is also on the show Numbers, and was, of course, the dragon killer in the 1980s movie that I can't remember the name of, but it's like Dragon Slayer. He plays Renfield in this and is absolutely hilarious. I recommend you run out and get this if you can. Up next is kind of a forgotten comedy called Kung Pao Enter the Fist, and it features all kinds of bonus documentaries, deleted scenes. It's an absolutely hilarious slapstick comedy. It also features some situational stuff, and it takes an old 1970s kung fu movie, dubs over it, uses digital animation to insert Bob Odenkirk inside of the movie and make it a weird kind of strange movie where the bad guy decides that he wants to be called Betty, and and for some reason the guy's tongue is a martial arts master itself. So go figure. Also, it features French aliens. How can you not love that? Okay, next is a bit of a great comedy, but it's also a bit of a great little story about life. It's Emily. For those of you who haven't already seen this, it has received nominations for Academy Awards. It was directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet and features a wonderful list of actors. Um, Almost anywhere you can get the two-disc special edition, not very much. It stars, of course, this wonderful, beautiful actress, uh, which you could just watch her forever. Um, she's terribly cute. The humor is a little bit odd and offbeat, very French, but I think you will enjoy this if you get this. Um, it doesn't cost too much. It's really fun. If you have a girlfriend and you don't know what to watch with her, this is a good movie that I think almost anyone can watch together. And you will also notice that there is a Roman gnome in it, so fans of the Travelocity commercials will get a bit of a kick out of that, seeing where it got its origins. This is where it started. I really don't like those ads personally, but at least they took a wonderful concept from the Jean-Pierre Jeunet film. Up next is a film probably most of you are already familiar with, but it is the last in the Blue Collar Comedy Tour movies, One for the Road. Um, it's full of basically all the comedy that they had left over after the last two, but it's nevertheless just as funny. It features all the guys right back there after having done blue collar TV for so long, um, for like one or two seasons. But it's just a lot of fun, and it doesn't really have any sorrowful goodbyes or anything. It's just their straight stand-up comedy, and it's pretty good. Next, I'm going to recommend, and now for something completely different. This is actually film reenactments of several of your favorite Monty Python sketches, um, done specially for film release for American audiences who weren't able to catch it on TV back before there was VHS to record it off of the television. Uh, it doesn't really feature too much else, but it is a lot of fun. It's really funny. It features all that kind of weird offbeat comedy that any fan of Monty Python will love. Last but not least is one of my personal favorites, Monty Python's The Life of Brian. This is a wonderful comedy. I recommend that you get the two-disc set. It is called the Immaculate Edition if you're looking on Amazon.com. It's a little bit hard to find, but they only recently came out with it. It features documentaries, deleted scenes, and is just generally wonderful. It tells the story of a guy who is just trying to live his life and gets mistaken for being the Messiah. He actually believes that Jesus is the Messiah, and this received a lot of flack at the time that it came out because his life parallels the life of Jesus in some specific ways. But they really try and give credit to Jesus for being the Messiah. So run out and get this. That's all. Bye-bye.